Now, the families of those from the sunken ferry who are still unaccounted for have been waiting in Jindo for nearly 2 weeks now. Most families have been camping out at the Jindo Auditorium, but as the weather has hampered search efforts, the families have had a disappointing weekend. For more on the situation, we go to our Connie Lee, who is standing by at the site. Connie?
Hey Daniel, after 12 straight days of waiting, you may think that the tears of these families have dried up by now, but that's not really the case. Tears are now silently wept and silently wiped away. The mood here has been somber all day, with the rain falling outside and being gloomy outside. It was also gloomy here inside the Jindo Auditorium, as only one body has been recovered from the waters. Earlier this evening, search officials gave their daily briefing to alert the anxious families here that search operations were tough today, but not only because of the rain, but mostly because of fast currents, as Chisan reported earlier. The families listened with heavy hearts and without any questions. Now, this was different from previous briefings on other days when the family members would raise concerns or cast doubt on the search procedures. Daniel?
Now, also grabbing the spotlight today was the fact that the Prime Minister chose to resign to take responsibility for the disaster. How are the families reacting to this development?
Right, Daniel. So we watched the announcement live on TV this morning here in the Jindo Auditorium. Now, as the Prime Minister made his announcement, the family members here just watched in silence. The families listened to him take responsibility and apologize to the affected families. But at this point, the family members that I talked to said they just want to hear news about the search operation and whether or not more bodies could be recovered today. I also talked to one family member who said that the Prime Minister should have resigned after the recovery operation was complete. He also explained that there are growing fears now that the bodies of those still unaccounted for may have drifted and could now be lost at sea. The families, though, try really hard to hold on to the hope that the bodies of their loved ones will be found and laid to rest on land.
Well, it's been a very emotionally draining couple of weeks for them. And I'm sure the auditorium is a lot more silent right now, and it's looking a lot less crowded than before, Connie.
You're right. Well, you can see behind me the remaining families still here in the Jindo Auditorium. Less than 100 families still remain, with a smaller group of family members waiting at the Pimmokhang Harbor. But throughout the day here on Sunday, we did have a steady flow of visitors coming to the auditorium. We had visitors like friends and relatives of the family members to give them encouragements and hope. Now, people have been coming here to offer encouragement and even leaving messages here at the auditorium. Now, there are yellow ribbons and post-it messages both inside and outside the auditorium with the notes saying things like, "Please have hope," or "Praying for you." Now, there are also some notes written by some of the parents of the young passengers, either encouraging other parents here or addressed to their missing children. Now, one note written by a mother asks her child to please return to her in her dreams and that she'll be waiting. Reporting live from the Jindo Auditorium, this has been Connie Lee.